Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? So we're going to talk a little Patriots. Week 1 versus the Dolphins, 21-11 win. I've wanted to talk Patriots for a long time and put my thoughts up there and just have conversation. Obviously, I'm a huge Pats fan and super pumped about the season and excited for how things started off. So I'm going to throw a couple videos up here. First, just kind of breaking down the overall game, my overall thoughts. Put your thoughts in the comment section below. So, 21-11 win. We'll go over the box score real quick, look at some of the stats, and then kind of break down individual players, and I'll give my thoughts. And again, let me know what you think down below. So if you look first, passing yards, Dolphins 182 to 140 for the Pats. If you watch the game, you know that the run game was a huge part of it for the Patriots. Cam Newton and a bunch of different backs. And so Patriots weren't really forced to have to throw the ball very much. They were up the entire game. And you can see here with the rush yards, 217 rushing yards to 87 for the Dolphins. So I think that's going to be, I think that the Pats will throw more and more as we continue to progress through the season, especially in the first half. There were points in the first half where I was like wanting them to open it up a little bit more, start to throw the ball a little bit more. But I think they kind of eased Cam into it, did what he's comfortable doing, um, which is running the ball, using his legs. And then they slowly in the second half, the one thing I thought they were going to do, which I was happy about, was that they started to open up a little bit more, go more play action, and I thought they looked really good. So as we kind of go down here, time of possession, see the Patriots, with all the running that they did, just dominated time of possession, almost 35 minutes to only 25 minutes. Dolphins had the 3 big interceptions. Patriots had the one, N'Keal Harry, unfortunate fumble that went into the end zone for a touchback, which at one point was a little scary. The game was starting to get a little bit close. Dolphins got the ball, drove down the field, and scored. And I was hoping that wasn't going to be the deciding factor in the game. Luckily, it wasn't. But that was a huge play at the time. And then third down percentage, 50% for the Pats, and 36% for the Dolphins. So let's start off. I guess we'll start off looking at the Dolphins on offense, um, more looking at the Patriots. On defense, you got Fitzpatrick, an okay day, but the 3 interceptions is what really what plagued the Dolphins. And, I love Fitzpatrick. I think he is a super competitor. And I think he's a solid quarterback. But these are the type of things I feel like sometimes where he'll make some plays where I'm just like, what is he thinking? And against the Patriots, obviously, you can't turn the ball over. So those 3 interceptions were huge. And I think overall, looking at the Patriots defense, secondary played great. The defense, as far as pressures and getting to the quarterback, I think we only pressured him 4 times during the game. But luckily he made a couple of throws that we were able to pick off. And I felt like the defense, the storyline was kind of the opt-outs on the defensive side coming into the game, and it's something that a lot of people were talking about. But overall, it felt very similar to last year's defense. I thought a lot of players stepped up. Again, the secondary was kind of the strength of the team. And Miami played, I mean, they were in a lot of 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. If you count Gesicki as kind of a big wideout, which he basically is, he's listed as a tight end, but um, he's not going to block a whole lot for you. So, the Patriots were in mostly, they had 5 DBs on the field, 6 DBs on the field at a time. And I thought Phillips filled in great for Chung. I like Jawan Williams. Um, and he was on Gesicki for most of the game. And I really like Jawan Williams especially for bigger wide receivers. He's long, and I just think he's a good matchup for those type of guys, tight ends that can run a little bit. I thought he did a good job. And then obviously when you have Gilmore and McCourty and J.C. Jackson and Jonathan Jones as your corners, like those are 4 legit corners right there, and that's not even considering the safeties. So again, the strength of the team is going to be in the secondary. If you look at the Dolphins with the run game, again, last year they were horrendous running the ball. And then this year, they go out and they sign Howard and they sign Matt Breida, and then they don't give him the ball. And Gaskin ends up, 9 attempts for 40 yards. Breida only 5 rushing attempts, and Howard only 8 for 7 yards. So, offensively, not a good day. Not a good day for the Dolphins. And if you look at receivers again, Devontae Parker, he left with a hamstring, 4 for 47. But really, no one really did anything. Again, I thought it's going to be tough for everyone to pass on the Pats. And so, there wasn't a whole lot the Dolphins really were able to do. They had a couple drives here and there. But overall, pretty damn good job by the Patriots. All right, now on the offensive side, Cam Newton destroyed the game, 15 and 19 for 155, throwing the ball, and then led the team in rushing attempts, 15 for 75 and 2 touchdowns. So he pretty much he led the team, I think, in basically every rushing category. Had more carries than anyone, 15, had more yards than anyone, 75, had more yards after contact, 39, had more first downs, 8, and touchdowns, 2 than any other guy on the team that carried the ball. So he was the staple of the offense. And, the first half, a lot of runs, like I said earlier, and then he started to throw the ball a little bit more. Tons of play action. I think obviously it's going to be a huge part of the season. I think they will slowly continue to open up the offense as Cam gets more comfortable. I think they're going to slowly start to show more. But I think the running game, Cam looked healthy. He looked fast. He's always big and strong. And so I think he's going to continue to look really, really solid as long as he stays healthy. I think you've got Josh McDaniels as the offensive coordinator who does a great job of, playing the players' strengths. And I think he's going to be creative and find ways throughout the year to create offense. So I thought that was really good. Let's see. As far as the running game goes, other than Newton, basically a mix of, you had Sony Michel, 10 for 37, Burkhead, 7 for 32. So J.J. Taylor, undrafted guy out of Arizona State, I really liked him. I thought he's a little guy, but he looked quick. I thought he showed a really good burst. I just thought he hit the hole hard, and I liked everything about him, honestly. I thought he did a really, really solid job. I know it's only one game. I think the fact that, for being an undrafted guy, being a rookie, and then I know it's only 4 attempts, but just to be able to get in there, I think shows that they obviously like him. They obviously see something in him. And I'm really excited to see kind of where this goes and if he continues to get carries because I like them. And then you had Edelman with the little jet sweep, got around the edge for 23 yards and then tacked on 15 on the late hit. And then James White, 5 for 22. So really they used a bunch of different backs. First game, no preseason. And so both offensively and defensively, they used a bunch of different guys. But nothing, this is always kind of the story with the Patriots. They typically use, a bunch of different backs. You don't know who they're going to use when. And pretty much the same story. And then offensively, only 19 pass attempts. So, you've got Edelman and Harry both with 5 each. Edelman 5 for 57. Had the one ball broken up early in the game. And then Harry had a, solid game for Harry, but had the big fumble, which hurt. Then you get James White, only 3 for 30. Izzo, 1 for 25. I thought Izzo did a good job blocking. And, he's out there pretty much the whole game. So he's going to be, especially the tight end position, it's so young for the Pats with 2 rookies. He's going to be the dude, at least for right now. And then J.J. Taylor, 1 for 4. So overall, pretty exciting game. I know maybe not, a ton of exciting plays, but I think, I think there were a lot of questions coming into the game from fans and from, just in general, what are the Patriots going to look like? New quarterback, a lot of opt-outs. And I thought it was basically more of the same. Didn't look very different. I know the offense, as far as style, was different. But I thought they did enough on offense. I thought the defense played great. I think Newton looks obviously healthy. I think he's going to be great this year. I mean, I think the Patriots are going to have a chance. I know Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are going to run the ball a ton, but I think the Patriots are going to have a chance to lead the league, and or be at least they're going to be top 5 in rushing. I think we're going to run the ball a lot. I think Cam is. I think we'll continue to run the option. I mean, we ran quarterback power. We ran. I think you obviously got to be careful with Cam and not run him into the ground. But there were a lot of option plays that he kept himself. And I thought the offensive line played really well. I think David Andrews back again obviously really helps out, solidifies the middle of that line. And then you've got the 4 other guys that are all, veteran players. Well, Isaiah Wynn, I guess now is considered a veteran, even though he's been injured a little bit. And then at right tackle, you had Illuminor and the rookie from Michigan that were kind of switching in there. And then the rookie also, they'd bring in a 6 lineman, play him kind of as a tight end on certain plays too. So I thought they both did a decent job as well. So that's what we got. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Big win next game will be interesting against Seattle. In Seattle, no fans though. At least I don't think any fans next week. And so that they have typically the 12th man, that huge advantage, but they won't have it this year. So it'll be a fun game to watch. Russell Wilson had a huge game, but it'll be strength against strength with the Pats secondary. So we'll see what happens.